2, 3, and.
Hey y'all, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I shall rejoice and be glad in it. I am glad, grateful, thankful to yet see another day that the Lord has woke me up this morning, gave me movement and activities of my limbs, and I'm grateful. And if you're watching this video, you should be grateful too for God allowing you to see another day. So what I want to talk about briefly is waiting for the sun to shine again. Waiting for the sun to shine again. And in Psalms 23:4, it says, even when I go through the darkest valley, I fear no danger, for you are with me. Your rod and staff, they comfort me. Y'all listen, eventually it does return, albeit more slowly than we might wish. Life can be like this. Life can be what sometimes. Wait, let me go back. Life can be like that sometimes. Life can be like that sometimes, where tough situations are slow to change and improve. Life can be like that. That's a fact. When you find yourself feeling down and out, how do you respond? How do you respond? Do you turn to God and patiently wait for the bad times to pass? Do you develop a bad attitude to match the circumstances? And sometimes, y'all, we do. Sometimes that does happen. That bad attitude matches whatever circumstances that you're going through. Or do you just go with the flow? Do you go with the flow? As Christians, we pray to God with anticipation and hope for the good times of life. For the good times of life. There are many of them. However, again, as Christians, we also know that God doesn't solely promise us good times. He doesn't solely promise us good times. The bad times are, in fact, a part of this miracle we call life. And they're just as important, y'all. They're just as important. Just as important. So listen. Okay, where am I? Hold on, y'all, because I lost my spot. I lost my spot. So, in effect, life is an alternating sequence of seasons in which we experience highs and lows. So one thing, don't focus on your problems. Don't focus on your problems. One major mistake people often make when struggling in life is harping on their misfortunes. They pray about it, think about it, and talk about it a lot. Not only that, but our culture promotes ideas such as self-love and affirmation so often that people think vibes will cast away their problems. No, sir. No, ma'am. That the vibes will cast away their problems. Life's not so simple. It's not that simple. In fact, focusing on yourself often makes the problem seem bigger than it is. You got to stop focusing on yourself with the problem. I had to learn that. I had to stop focusing on myself and start praying and focusing on other people. Because one thing about it, when you stop focusing on yourself and focusing on others and what you can do for others and be a blessing to others, watch how God change your situation around. Because he'll do it. Because he's done it for me. I had to stop thinking about myself all the time or what I was going through and just focus on other people, pray for other people. That's what I do. Y'all. So, what's the solution? Think less about yourself and more about others. See, I just said that. Think less about yourself and more about others, rather than dwell on the bad things happening. Spend some time thinking about the good. Spend some time thinking about the good, y'all. Go out and do good in the world. What will you discover is that sometimes the problems go away, and even if they don't, when your mind is set on other things, the problems were never as big as you originally thought. They were never as big as you thought. Because you start focusing on other things. You start focusing on other people. And then your problems, they weren't as big as you thought they were. Another thing is find ways to stay encouraged. Find ways to stay encouraged. Choosing not to focus on your problems doesn't magically make you feel better. It doesn't make you feel better. Hard times can still leave us feeling sad, angry, and worse. That's why it's important that we know how to find encouragement. It's important. Your specific ways may look different from mine. Your ways may look different from mine. But what's important is that we have a reliable game plan. The bad times will come. That's a certainty. And when they do, wisdom calls for us to be prepared. Now, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Take some time to consider where you currently find encouragement and where else you ought to go. Some helpful solutions include prayer, church, loved ones, a gratitude journal, write your stuff down, exercise, what have you. Encouraging. You need to surround yourself with people that can encourage you, that can lift you up. You don't want to be around toxic people that complain about everything. Because guess what? You'll start complaining. But you need to surround yourself around people that are encouraging and that will lift you up. I'm here to tell you. I can't stand to have nobody. I have nobody in my circle that can't speak encouragement, can't speak a word. I just don't. I don't need anyone to bring me down. I need to be lifted up. You need to be lifted up. You need that encouragement. Then you got to learn contentment. You got to learn contentment. Sometimes God says yes, and sometimes no. And sometimes not yet. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes God says yes, sometimes he says no, and sometimes he says not yet. The latter can be difficult to understand, especially when you feel so justified. You feel so justified in your pleas, in your plea to the Lord. You feel justified in your plea to the Lord. However, God is God. God is the God. He is the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. God is God. He is not going to change a circumstance every time we ask. He's not. He's not. I'm a witness to that. He's not. There could be a lesson for us to learn, or maybe we're feeling the effects of sin, or both. There's a lesson to be learned, y'all. As Paul learned to be satisfied with God's grace, as he struggled with a thorn in his flesh, so too we. So too we. Based on how he lived, the formula for contentment is probably something like faith plus patience plus gratitude. Faith, patience, gratitude. Obviously, that's contrary to our human nature and won't come naturally. Yet God is able to supply all of our needs and desires to see us grow. We have to do our part to seek that growth. We got to do our part to seek that growth. We have to do our part to seek that growth, y'all. The valleys of life will come and come again. That's a fact. Yet, we can also be well prepared. to handle it. We can be well prepared to handle it. Waiting for the sun to shine again is not easy, but you know that it's coming. Take hope today, y'all. Take hope today. The sun will come again. Waiting for the sun to shine again. I love y'all. And like I said, I just wanted to get on here and share. I pray you all have a blessed day today. And I look forward to seeing you again. I love y'all, and God bless.